Oh man, so it's happened. Episode 1. Well, I'm Kenny Corder, and this is American Signature Podcast. This is kind of our first episode, so it's just me kind of going to go over a few things and what to expect in the future. So, first of all, let's start with what is American Signature? Really, it's an idea. It's an idea that's different for everyone. We sign our names to a lot of things during our lifetime, whether that be contracts or leases or mortgages or whatnot. But what about our passions? What do you love that you're willing to sign your name to? If you can hear my voice right now here in the United States, then you've been blessed by God. Blessed to live in a place, although at times not perfect, that's for sure. But nevertheless, it still affords us the opportunity to pursue our passions. And so, trying to link that together, that's just kind of where I come up with the name. There's a horse trainer I followed for a long time and still do follow, who used to sell horses, and he called them his signature horses or the signature series. And it was horses that he had trained or things that he loved or methods that he invented, and it fell under his signature. He put his signature on it. So I always thought that was a cool idea. And so when thinking of the title of this podcast, American Signature, this is something that we're signing to, for the country that we live in here, things that we love to do, things we put our stamp of approval on, things that we want to reach out and do with other people, things we, um, you know, just the passions, right? Everybody's got hobbies. Everybody likes things that they do, but then there's people who have passions for things outside of their work. And that they may be a school teacher, but they're a professional duck call maker as well. They may be a firefighter, but they're a professional archery shooter. So these are passions, right? You don't have to be paid to do something to be professional in it. You just got to take it seriously and dedicate a lot of time to it. So that's kind of where I got that from. So that's kind of the first point I wanted to hit. Second point, who am I to do this podcast? Well, first of all, I'm a believer in God and a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm a husband, a father, and an outdoorsman. I'm currently in the military. I have over 16 years of active time in the U.S. military so far and counting. So at least going to get my 20 in. I live in North Alabama. I've been fortunate enough to represent, and still am fortunate enough to represent several brands and companies in the outdoor industry. I say that with humility. The fact that I have these relationships does not put me on some pedestal by no means. I've seen that a lot of times where people are, field staff or pro staff, and pro most of the time is general role meaning promotional. There are still some, professional staff out there, but most time promotional staff or whatnot for these companies, and they, you know, act like they're the, you know, biggest and baddest. Bass Pro ought to be named after them, or whatnot. And, they get their hashtag stickers on the windows of their car, whatever. Which is nothing wrong with that, but just the fact that they turn their nose up to people, and that's not the case. If you're representing a brand, you're there to welcome people into that brand or promote that brand or whatnot, or that brand has a lot of faith in you, so they link you with them because you show something, some kind of value that they adhere to, and you have some kind of following that they think you'd be a great resource for them. And so that's what it really is, right? All these companies, they have products to sell or missions behind what they do, and they want to link with people that are like-minded that think the same way they do. So the fact that somebody's been selected by something, it does not put them on some kind of pedestal or anything. So we just lay that out there first of all, because I'm just some old boy from Alabama that most of the time is a people person. I love learning from people, creating content, and writing about the things I get to do and the people I get to meet. I've been very fortunate enough to get to link up with people, and people have taken care of me and not sheltered me, but have educated me and have allowed me in circles that have allowed me to do some just really cool things, and still are, right? At the time that I'm recording this, I'm currently mobilized right now, still in the United States, but I'm doing a mission that's keeping me away from home, away from family, and is really slowed down the things I'm getting to do. But it's just temporary, and it's part of the gig, right? So all my friends in the industry have been super supportive. Companies I get to work for have been super supportive, and everybody's just kind of dedicated to the pursuit and are all wanting the same thing. So uh, that's really who I am in a short nutshell. I'm sure we'll get into some more stuff. Currently, I'm 33 years old. I think. Yeah, we're in 2021. Yeah, 33 years old. Sorry. And then that's all I got for that. So hopefully we'll deep dive into it. And honestly, does anybody even really know who they are? Who knows? Maybe we'll get into that one day too. And kind of lastly on this, why another podcast, right? There's podcasts all over the place. Hunting podcasts, shooting podcasts, medical podcasts, um, scuba diving, cat podcasts. Who knows? They're all over the place. So why another podcast? Well, really, why not? You can never go wrong, with having more content to listen to that you enjoy, right? There's a lot of trash and garbage out there in the world to listen to, so why not have more of the stuff that you like? I'm personally fortunate enough to get to do so many different things. I've met so many great people out there. A lot of what I do is in the hunting world, but not everything. I have a passion, more like an addiction, honestly. At least my wife will tell you, to duck hunting. We'll definitely talk about a lot of that with people in the industry. Talk about dog training, hunting products, shooting. I like a lot of shooting. I do used to do military shooting instruction, uh, you know, marksmanship classes. Still get pulled to do that sometime. Gunnery courses. So I have a little bit of knowledge in shooting, a little bit of theory, and I enjoy doing it. Right before COVID was hit, I was about to start shooting 3-gun and getting ready to train for that. But I really do enjoy shooting, different things, different brands, learning. I'm definitely like not the guy when you start talking, ballistic theories and you're getting out there and ratings and you start, measuring your mows and all that kind of stuff. So I have an understanding of that, but I'm still learning a lot more, and I'm still always out there reaching to the people who have hit that next tier level who can teach me something, and I'm always trying to get better at that kind of stuff. Horse training. I used to train horses, show horses. I still trying to get back into showing horses, but between COVID and this, we haven't got to show in a couple of years. I have a lot of friends in the big industries, the reining industry, cut horse industry, cow horse industries, just all over the place, and marketing and all that stuff. So I really like all that. Veteran programs. There's so many outdoor hunting programs out there, riding programs, therapy programs for veterans out there. I think it's so. At one point, I was going to start a program myself, and as I got to looking at it and meeting people and interviewing people, there's already so many programs out there. So I thought it'd just be better to spotlight some instead of create another one to pull funds away from another program that's already doing the same thing. So I feel like there's so many opportunities that people don't even know about for veterans out there, and that they can have these programs and get on hunts, get on trips, and get to be surrounded with people like them who've gone through a lot of the same experiences they have, and either rehab that way or help somebody else. So that's a big part of that. Water skiing. I grew up, just old school inner tubing and whatnot, but one of my good friends got me into barefooting, so we used to barefoot a lot, travel around, teach clinics, take clinics, started getting into competing a little bit, and that kind of faded out. It's still a passion I have. I love being out in the water in the summer, some sunrise with the water spraying at 43 miles an hour. I love it. So I got a lot of people I've met in that industry, and some great people who do it for a living full time, and they're very blessed to get to do that. So that's some things we may talk about as well. I'm wanting to link up with great godly men and women in the industry that can share some points and share some wisdom and disciple a little bit and get some devotional time in. I think that's good for everybody. So wanting to learn in that way. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously, right? We're going to enjoy our time and just not be over serious and learn and relax and enjoy what we're doing. So that's really it. I hope you enjoy what we got coming up. And I really look forward to hearing from you soon.